Eric, how surprised are you at what Tom Brady is doing at 43?
Well, I got to say, the old-ass man is proving me wrong. But, he plays the position of quarterback. And let's not forget, Tom Brady is a great quarterback, possibly the greatest quarterback to ever play. Not having no OTAs, not really knowing this offense very well, a new football team, a new city, new offense, everything. In the last 3 weeks, he has 15 touchdowns, 1 interception. I mean, he's playing fantastic. I mean, he's throwing the ball as good or better than any quarterback right now in the National Football League. That touchdown he threw to Scotty Miller in the corner end zone was a perfect throw. I mean, it had to be perfectly thrown, and he's throwing it. It's almost like he's playing 7-on-7 football when you watch him. I mean, this pass right here. I mean, it's like that pass right is perfect. I mean, if not, he's out the end zone. So for Tom Brady, most definitely, I think he's playing like an MVP. And if you look at their schedule in December, I mean, they've got the Vikings, they've got the Falcons, they've got the Lions, and they've got the Falcons again in December. So he's got some numbers he can probably put up because, all those defenses they're very poor against the pass. But, I think he's playing fantastic. And for a 43-year-old man, I'll say it again, man, he's playing great. And I'll say the position quarterback. He ain't going to be no running back at 43 years old for sure.
He could be maybe a kicker. He could be, I think, Adam Vinatieri was, 46 last year?
Yeah.
So Tom Brady is coming off the best game this season, but I think he threw the ball better Sunday than I've seen him throw it in a year and a half, 2 years. And he's had some bad moments. The pick sixes, forgetting that it was 4th down, but to bounce back with the way he threw the ball on Sunday, I was very impressed. Now, did I think Tom Brady could play well? Yes, I thought he could play well. Given what he had, I'm surprised that he's playing as well as he is so early. And I think the biggest thing is, I don't care what anybody says, this is not Bruce Arians' offense. They're letting Tom Brady do what Tom Brady does. A lot of shallow crosses, a lot of overs to Gronk, and we can see, Skip, we seeing Gronk starting to look like Gronk again.
He is.
We see Scotty Miller running a lot of the routes that Amendola, Edelman ran. We see him accept the run. They didn't get down the field like this kid. This kid can get down the field.
You know what? I think he runs 4.3.
Yeah, he can run fast. I don't know if he's 4.3, but he can run fast. And Brady was going to be in the conversation for MVP. Brady is one of these guys like LeBron and like Peyton Manning. Every year Peyton Manning's going to be in the MVP conversation, Skip, because he's going to have numbers and his teams are going to win. LeBron's going to be in the MVP conversation. Tom, it was going to be in the MVP conversation because they were 9-7 last year. So if they they win 12, they win the division, they get a 1st or 2nd seed, he was going to have to be in the conversation because think about what they were last year. And now that he has an outstanding defense, I don't believe his defense are playing any better. They're playing fewer snaps. It's hard to play when your quarterback turns the football over and you get the ball on the 1 yard line.
You want to talk about sudden change?
Yeah.
When you lead the league in turnovers?
So
Lord
now all
mercy.
of a sudden, Skip, instead of playing 75, 80 snaps, they're playing 60 snaps, and their teams are having to drive the ball as opposed to getting the ball on the 10 because Jameis fumbled, because Jameis threw an interception. So Brady deservedly is in the MVP conversation. I got him behind Russ. I got Rodgers. And unfortunately, Skip, I got Mahomes in front of him. People are not talking about Mahomes, but he's still he's 16 touchdowns with 1 pick. Rodgers is 17-2, and Russ is 22-6. But he's definitely top 5 in the MVP conversation. I think Jenny said he's 4th, and deservedly so.
Wait, the same Aaron Rodgers who folded like my pocket square against Tom Brady?
Whoa.
Folded like my pocket square.
Your guy got beat by Nick Foles. Did you see what Nick Foles just did on Sunday night?
20-19, he got beaten by Nick Foles. Who's his kryptonite? I can't explain it. Eli and Nick Foles. I don't know. Back to my man, E.D. He was doing great, eating him some old-ass man crow, and he was going right down the yellow brick road toward Tom Brady's greatness, and then he suddenly said, he's possibly the greatest quarterback ever. Possibly? Who else would you suggest?
I'm a Joe Montana, man. I'm sorry. I'm just see that San Francisco helmet? I don't like that he signed it for me. I'm not a 49er fan, but I'm a Joe Montana guy.
Okay, that's fair enough. But
there we go.
All right, so Eric, think about this. The 43-year-old Tom Brady leads the whole league in what Pro Football Focus calls big-time throws. He's got 24. He also leads the league in fewest what they call turnover-worthy throws. So you combine big-time plus fewest turnover-worthy, you got a team that's got a shot to win it all. Because Jameis, through this point last year, that team had 17 turnovers through 7 games. Now they have 7. They're +5 in turnover differential. That's how you win championships.
Absolutely.
And you can see Tom Brady, after he threw that little fit on the sidelines in that game in question at Chicago, he went after he roasted his offensive line on the sideline. All of a sudden, they're playing the cleanest football in the league. No turnovers the last 2 games. No sacks the last 2 games. He is now imposing his sort of New England Patriot way culture on Tampa, and they're starting to resemble the way the Patriots play.
I do agree with that. I mean, you do see some of Tom Brady putting some of his touch on that football team. I'm going to tell you, I think the thing that's going to really help them is the sign of Antonio Brown. I mean, and I really believe that Tom Brady had a lot to do with that. Think about when he was in New England. He was there. He had 5 catches for a touchdown in 1 game. And people say, oh, man, he won't be ready to play. I'm going to tell you something. He was one of the best. He's probably the best receiver in the National Football League when he left the NFL. Runs great routes, works out hard.
Yep.
I mean, first of all, you got Mike Evans. You got Chris Goodwin, who's hurt. You know, now you got Gronk, who's playing like Gronk again because he's getting comfortable. So this team will be very dangerous. I mean, I know you love Tom more than I love Tom, Skip, for sure. But I think Tom is playing fantastic football. Do I think he's a great quarterback? No doubt. If not number 1, number 2. In your book, number 1, it's, I always say it's who you saw play. I played against Joe Montana. I didn't play defense, but I saw him play up close. So that's my guy. And Tom Brady's your guy. But most definitely, he's playing MVP football right now.
I was watching, Skip, what is that thing, that show that Peyton Manning does? And he was breaking down Tom Brady. Details.
Yeah.
And he says, I wonder what took him so long to allow Tom to run Tom plays.
Yep.
He says, you can tell this is Tom's offense.
Yep.
And all this other stuff, no risk it, no biscuit. We're going to just throw the ball down. No, you're not. Because you got Ro Jones, who's 4th in the league in rushing. They didn't run the ball particularly well on Sunday, ED, but they ran it enough that when he put his hand in his belly and he rolled over and those linebackers stepped up, Gronk was right in there behind him. Scotty Miller was right in there behind him. Mike Evans was right in there behind him. And that's what Tom Brady likes to live. And then he catches you looking in the backfield, Lawson, and then he throws the ball over your head. Tom Brady is not a guy that plays for field goals. Tom Brady will catch you. Oh, okay. You think, all right, he ain't going to throw this ball. And next thing you know, he's launching the ball 55 air distance in the air, in the back pylon of the end zone, and they got a touchdown right before the half. And then they get the ball coming out the second half.
Yep. So I got to ask the 2 Hall of Famers I'm talking to right now. Is there any resentment on either of your parts that he is still going strong at 43 when your positions did not allow you to play into your 40s? No?
No,
I wanted to play.
My position wouldn't allow that, for sure.
I know. I got it.
I wanted to play what I ain't gonna lie.
Running back.
Edie, I wanted to play one more year. And had CBS not called me and offered me basically the same money that I was going to make playing football, I would have played that year. But that was it. 15 was going to be it for me. So either I was going to be 15 and retired, or I was going to be 15. I was going to be 15 on somebody's TV. But no, Skip, those licks hurt, man. I mean, it got to the point I was sore. I was sore until Friday and Saturday. No, I wanted no more parts of that.
You should have played quarterback.
No, I couldn't play those. Nah, Skip, it wasn't like it is now, Skip.
You couldn't play quarterback those days.
No, they wouldn't let you play quarterback like that. No. Skip back then.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.